Hey everybody, it's Andrew Brown, and in this video we are going to implement CloudWatch logs so that we can directly get logging for our application. So let's get to it. So what I'm going to do is work off the week 2 X-ray branch. So I will go ahead and create myself a new branch off of this one. So we'll go here, and I'm going to say new branch, and I'm going to go down below to, whoop, it's really not deciding to work for me here. We'll refresh here and I'll shrink my screen. I'll make a new one here, drop down to week 2 X-ray. We'll call this one week 2. Week 2 CloudWatch logs. Okay, we'll go ahead and create that. And I'm going to go back over to here. Again, you do not branch, only I branch. You just follow along in your main here. I'm going to go ahead and open that repository. Remember, in that folder for week 2 in my repository, make sure you drop down to there. We have general instructions. These instructions are not one-to-one. You have to watch the video to find out how it goes. So we did X-ray. We've done honeycomb. We have to do CloudWatch logs. So there is a library called Watchtower, Python. And this is for handling CloudWatch logs. It'd be really nice if, again, I like Ruby, but it's not as easy to do this in Ruby, but for some reason, the Python one, it is a very easy way to connect your logging to CloudWatch logs, so your logs go to CloudWatch. And I thought that was a very cool thing to implement. So our application has started, and we are going to need to install Watchtower. So what we're going to do is go to the left-hand side, go to our requirements.txt, go down below here, paste it in, we'll save it. We will cd into the directory for the backend Flask application. We'll do an npm install requirements .txt. Not npm install, what am I doing? A pip install -r requirements.txt that will install Watchtower. You can see there are the instructions here. If we look up Watchtower, it's pretty much what we're doing here as well. So I'm going to grab this here. I bet they're identical more or less. We'll go into the app.py. And we need to place this somewhere. So did we have to do any imports? Oh yeah, we have to do these imports first. We have to import Watchtower logging and STF time. So we'll go here. This for CloudWatch logs. I'll go back over to here and we will grab this code again. Oops. And so what this will do is to set up a log group within CloudWatch logs called CRUDder. Here we'll add a handler. We can log some information. So that's just how we would log as per normal. I'm going to just take that out of there. I'm going to double check if there's anything else we need to do. If we want to, after every single request, if we want to log an error, we can do that. So this is very useful. This is what we probably want it for, is to do error logging. So I'll go down below where we start to see code that looks like this, and I'll paste it in here. So if we can force a 500 error or some kind of error to occur, that should get collected there as well. I'm going to open up our activities home, and we'll do some custom logging here. So I guess the question is, do I have to instrument this every time when I go to a different file? Because we have the logger here. Configure logger to use CloudWatch logs. Yeah, I'm hoping that we don't have to do it multiple times, but what I'll do is put this here, and we'll have to make an assumption and find out and think that it will carry over, and we'll find out. So I'll just go here and say logger.info. I guess we don't have to re-import it because it's using this constant. So are constants accessible to other Python files? Or global variables. I don't know if it's a global variable or a constant. Global variables in Python. Sorry. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure, so what I'm going to do is place this in here and see if it runs an error. So we'll just say homework, home activities. I can't spell that very well, so I'll just grab it in here and paste it in. Okay, so this should log on errors. We could put a generic one in before as we had there, so we know that's working. I'm not sure why it's not copying properly. Right-click copy, right-click paste. We'll just say test log. We do have to set some nvars unit here for the backend Flask. It will need that for Watchtower. So we will go over to our Docker Compose file. We will drop them in. So it's passing the default region access key secret. So that looks good there. We're going to type in clear. We'll go ahead and start this up. Right click our Docker Compose file, do compose up. And we'll start it. We'll give it a moment. I'll be back here when it's all started up. All right, so that is now up. We will go and go to the backend here. I'll make an API activities home call. It says undefined logger. I figured we would get that because it's defined in our app py. Here, let's bring this over here. So I guess if we wanted to log to this down below, we'd probably have to pass it through the logger. It's not the greatest way to do it, but we'll just do that anyway. So we'll type in logger here. Logger. I guess that is lowercase. It just looked like it was capital. I'll put logger like that. And then in our app, I'm going to scroll down to the API's home, activities home area. Down below here, and then I'll just pass in for the logger, I'll do the logger. And maybe this is how we will have to access it. We'll see if that works. Well, did I save this file? I did. Oh, sorry, we did it on the wrong part here. It's supposed to be here. And it's equals. I'm trying to do Ruby. That's my fault. Refresh that. That is working great. We'll go over to CloudWatch. We are in CA Central. That's where my default one is. It's going to depend on you. Type in CloudWatch at the top. On the left-hand side, we're going to look for CloudWatch logs. We'll bump this up. We'll go to log groups. We will see Crutter now. And this is the one we definitely did create, because in the other video I deleted it. We are getting some log stream data. It's showing where in the code that it is happening, which is cool. We'll click into that. We see test log initialize X-ray middleware. So it's bringing all, like if you're doing any kind of logging, it's getting pulled up into here. I'm trying to find the one where we ran home. Now this might take a bit of time for the data to trickle in because it's not instantaneous. So we might have to wait a little bit. Yeah, see 72 just came in. So this is the one that we're running here. Okay, so now we have a means to log. Logs are very inexpensive, but they can add up. So if you are concerned about spend, I can understand if you want to turn this off. So I'm just going to go here and disable it just so that we are saving on spend. Okay, but you should still have this code in here so I can see that you did implement it. Now, just remember with X-ray logs, I mean, you could disable X-ray as well, but you could also just turn the sampling way down. So that might be something that I would do here as well. So, just consider that. So I'm just turning off X-ray because I just don't want to have any kind of spend. Again, it shouldn't have much spend, but just in case. This is for CloudWatch logs. I'm going to go into, this is from the last video because this is going to be in order, so I assume that you'd have watched the last one before doing this one. So I'll go into user activities here. Just going to comment this out. It's down below here like this. Okay, very good. Implement CloudWatch logs. Great. There we go, and that's CloudWatch logs.